Today on NB Vintage Sledders, we have a 1972 Polaris Colt 340 SS. Look at this old Colt, and she needs a lot of love. But I think we're going to give it the love it deserves. And I think the first thing we're going to do is see if we can get it running. It currently has no fire, and we're going to have to dig into it there and find out. It seems to have pretty good compression. So we'll do that and see where we end up. I've been digging into this a little bit, and I had to sort out some wiring, which seems to be common on every old sled I've ever bought. I don't know what it is, but everyone's uncle must have been a backyard mechanic and thought they could fix it. Anyway, we got some temporary wiring here going to the coils. We did that, still no fire. I changed some caps on it, put new spark plugs in it, still no fire. So I took the recoil off, the starter cup off, and I discovered something terrible. Someone has welded the nut on the end of the crank here, but it's terrible weld, so I think I'm going to have to get in there eventually, but we can grind that, I believe, and get that nut back off. I'm not worried about that. And if for some reason the threads are screwed up, I have the capabilities here that we can weld that up and put it in the lathe and recut threads. So while I was in here, I had no fire, both cylinders. Like I say, we done some wiring, plugs, caps, the normal stuff, other than coils. So then I reached in here through my holes with my points file, and I just run back and forth both sets of points, and I think we're going to have fire now. I've been just frigging around with it, and I think we're going to be all right. So I'm going to put my starter cup ball back together here, and we're going to see if it'll fire. So we're going to put all this back in. And then we'll see what happens. The guy I got it from, of course, you're just going by stories. He said that the guy he bought it from said it was running a couple of years ago. I don't know. I have a hard job to believe that. But in saying that, the gas tank's clean other than dirty fuel, which it's yellow, it stinks. So, maybe the story matches up. You can't believe a lot on these old machines, so. Alright, we'll get this starter cut back on. Get the recoil back on. We're going to see what happens. With any luck, we're going to have fire, which would be great. And yeah, there's only 2 bolts in that. That's all that was on it. So like I say, someone's been in here and been working at it, trying to get it running. And either they just didn't know or they give up. So we'll see. I'm not a Polaris man. I don't know a lot about them, really. I just learn as I go. But most machines are relatively the same. So this will be the 3rd Polaris I have in my collection. So something different. Anyway, when I get these all tight, I'll bring you back. Moment of truth. We're going to see. Nothing. Oh, wait. Try turning that key on. Oh, yeah. I don't know if you guys can see that. Let's turn this one around so you can See if we can get that. They're both firing. Nice! Alright, now that we know we got fire, which is awesome, and that the key switch works, we verified that because I forgot to turn it on at first. Let's do a compression check. See what the health of this old motor is. I mean, it don't look super dry down there, where I'd say someone's been cranking her over, but we're going to give her 5 pulls at wide open throttle, and we're going to see what happens. So that, I'm going to say, is 130. That's pretty good. See what the PTO side reads. It'll sit there. It's a pretty good spot for it. Alright, same thing, 5 pulls, wide open. That side's a little more. About 145. So, you know, we're within 12 pounds roughly. So, I'm going to call that good. We're going to put the plugs in her, and I'm tempted just to hook a fuel line up to it and see if she pumps fuel before I take the carbs off. See what happens. That'd be sweet if it just took off, wouldn't it? Okay. Plugs are back in. I got a makeshift fuel tanker up to the fuel pump. I got my spray bottle. We verified fire. It should kick. I mean, I got some pretty big hopes here that it's going to pick up fuel and just start to run. I mean, let's be honest, that's a pretty big hope without pulling the carburetors. You don't know. They could be completely junk. But I've been lucky before. So let's try her again. Keys on. Well, it fired. And it's pumping fuel. Sweet. That's even better. She's running on her own, but we got a really, really bad fuel leak over here. Out of carburetor. So, we're going to have to pull that carburetor off, that's for sure. I better go grab a rag. Alright. I got both carburetors off, and I found the issue. See this little brass plug? This carb's missing it. So the fuel was just running right straight through it. I really don't know how it was running as good as it was, but it must have been just running mostly on one. So we're going to clean it up. I don't have one of those plugs here, but we'll see what I can come up with to seal that up. Surely I can get something. And the carbs really are clean. So I'm going to clean them anyway because I got them both off. But we're going to clean them, put them back on, and see what we can come up with to stop that fuel from leaking. Okay, so we got the carbs all cleaned. My gob of JB Weld on the end of her seems to be hardening up, so we're going to put it together here and hope for the best. So that's in. I didn't show you the video of doing any cleaning of the carbs because there's all kinds of videos out there of people cleaning Mikuni carbs. So we just put her together. Hope that our little bush fix there works. I'm glad that I did clean them because both carbs had your choke holes were full of mud daubers. There was one mud dauber in each hole in each carburetor. So, but as far as the inside of them, they weren't too bad. So, it probably would have run just fine the way it was, other than you wouldn't have had chokes working, that's for sure. Other than that, that's hooked up. That's hooked up. I'm going to wait before I try it because there's currently, I don't think, there's no brakes. So I'm going to see what I can do with that. So I got the top off of the master cylinder. She's empty. The line don't look broke. So we're going to fill her up and see what happens. I got no brakes today. I filled my reservoir up. It's hard. My caliper's seized on the disc, so I got to pull that all apart, take it apart and clean it and see if I can get it freed up. But we do have it kind of running. Well, I pulled the carbs off, pulled the clutch off, unhooked the disc brake. Our caliper's what's the problem. She's seized. I do have fluid going through it. So we're going to dismantle it and see if we can free it up. Put her back together. So we got everything apart and it cleaned up really well. It was just stock. But as you can see, the piston now moves back and forth free. I think the brake disc was what was holding most of it. See the corrosion? So we're going to clean that up, put her all back together, put her back on. So we got it all freed up. And we're going to try and slide her back together. Okay. And we'll put the bolt in that holds that. Don't want that to pop off. So I'll show you what I did. I literally just sandblasted them. I have a blast cabinet and we just do that and makes life a lot easier. I'm going to reinstall this, change the carb boot, put the carbs back on. I'll bring you back after. Well, things have really escalated. I now have my engine on the ground. Next to, I bought a parts sled that had an engine. This one here keeps losing fire on one cylinder. I'll clean the points up. It'll run for 20 seconds and then I lose fire. And now I've lost fire and I can't get it back. I don't know if I followed the points too much now, but I'll show you this too. So I did drive it and see this issue? The nut was welded, but the weld broke. And I don't know if it turned on the flywheel or not. It will still start and run pretty good on one. But anyway, we got this one and we're gonna put it in. Here's a little walk around of her before we sign her out. The fuel tank is in good shape. It just had old fuel in it, and I just run it off a bottle. The seat foam's in really good shape. It's got the snow flap on it, and I have another chassis. This chassis here is in pretty good shape, other than on both sides, right here. You can see it better on this side. It's the only real thing wrong with the chassis, which it could be fixed, but I have one that's better. So, and I have a better hood too. So this hood here is spider cracked pretty bad. But we're gonna give her the love she deserves. Well, there. We had a run out of it finally. It's not running perfect by no means. It keeps losing on one side, and the points are real dirty in it, so. But it's better than the other one. The other one, I lost fire, but I filed the points in that like 4 times. And I'm guessing I took the platinum off them. So we're going to go through this engine. We're going to put new points in it, and probably some new coils, new seals, and see what it does. I mean, I don't really know yet, but I'm not a player's guy. But we'll figure it out as we go, and you're going to see a lot more of this sled in the future. But for now, this is just getting it back up and running and seeing what we need. So right now, I know I need a clutch, secondary. And I know I need some point work, coil work possibly. So, anyway, it is running, but it's not running super good. Anyway, see you around.